I didn't know. But hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lily. This is Lily Shelf, and today we are talking about Love is Blind Season 8, Episode 12. It is like 2 days, I think, before the weddings. The couples go on their last date before the wedding. It's all real cute. Taylor and Daniel go on an ice skating. Virginia and Devin, they have like a little horse-drawn carriage around the city. Joey and Monica have this, I think it's a conservatory type date, and they have really good communication. I think they have one of like the best communications probably out of all the couples besides maybe Taylor and Daniel. Sarah has watched because Sarah and Ben go glamping, so Sarah has watched a sermon from Ben's church on sexuality and stuff like that, and she's asking Ben what the church's stance is on that, and Ben basically says he doesn't know. And Sarah's like, I watched one sermon and I could tell what the stance was, so how do you not know, and you've been going for forever? And Ben is like, well, you know, that kind of stuff you can't Google. Be that as it may, you know the stance of your church. Especially since later he says that's probably why they don't talk about sexuality a lot, because they want people to feel welcome. Okay, so it sounds like you kind of know the church's stance. But whatever. Long story short, it sounds like Sarah will not be going to church unless it's like a holiday or maybe like a christening, something like that. Virginia and Devin haven't talked about the prenup since she gave it to him. It's giving she might not say yes if he doesn't sign that prenup. And honestly, if that is the case, I don't blame her, especially since it seems like Devin's making good money because he was able to buy, he was able to spend $700 on shoes and things like that. And I'm not knocking his hobby because I have, I have an expensive hobby, as you can see behind me as well. But it does make sense why she keeps pushing for this prenup. Like, especially since she said she wants to be a millionaire, gotta make sure the finances line up. During their, because they do a horse-drawn carriage, and then they end up going to like this chef and making Italian food. They're eating, just talking, and Devin gives her a gift of a basketball with their last name on it and 2 jerseys with their last name on it. And it was like kind of cute, but I feel like that would have made more sense if he was engaged to Brittany, because Virginia is not a big like basketball person. So I feel like while the thought was cute, I feel like the execution could have used just a little bit more work, because she seemed to really like it. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. And then it's time for the Bachelor and Bachelorette trips. The boys go to the Vikings training center for theirs, and the girls go to the Mall of America. And at first I was like, did y'all blow the budget sending everybody to Honduras? Because why are my girls just going to the Mall of America? I don't know, that sounded kind of lame. But I guess it's better than the little sleepover powwow they had for the girls 1 or 2, I think last season, where they just had like that little sleepover powwow. So at least they're getting the Mall of America this time, and the girls go dressed as old ladies. I thought that was hilarious. I also thought it was cool when they were riding on the roller coaster. I said, oh, because see, I've never been. I didn't know that the Mall of America had a roller coaster inside the mall. I said, okay, hold on. I didn't know, but y'all kind of going. And then clearly everybody's having such a really good time, so I won't knock them too much for the location, just because everybody seemed to have such a good time. Like, the boys were cracking up. They were trying to throw some footballs at some targets. They were trying to kick a field goal. You know, they were messing around, cracking jokes about, you know, hyping each other up with that. You could tell they were having some fun. The girls, meanwhile, were riding the roller coaster. They got on the it's not a Ferris wheel, the carousel. They got on the carousel. They were joking and laughing with each other the whole time. So one day before the wedding, Devin comes back finally with the prenup. Okay, he's had his family attorney look it over, he's had his mom look it over, he's had his sister look it over, and the pig has read it over. Everybody agrees that it is decent and that they will enter into a marriage, and in the event of a divorce, they will leave with what they came with, which is what Virginia said. But hey, Devin had to confirm with his counsel, and everybody's cool with that. Devin signs it, Virginia signs it, it's a done deal. Then we get Sarah and Ben's wedding. Now, this is episode 12. This episode was over an hour long. This was one of the longest episodes in this whole season. And I felt like we spent almost 30, because we only have, at this point, we only have 30 minutes left of the episode. And I feel like we spent like 27 minutes of those 30 minutes on wedding prep. So like, we're seeing Sarah get ready. We're seeing Ben get ready. We're seeing Sarah talking to her mom. We're seeing Ben talking to his folks, you know, like at this point, I felt like we were seeing every conversation that they were going to have before the wedding. And then we finally get to the wedding, y'all. We didn't have Ben walk up, stand at the altar. We didn't have Sarah walk in. She's standing up there. They're holding hands and everything. You know, the officiant has started reading the little, like, you know, you have been chosen, or you have chosen a process where you fall in love with somebody sight unseen, blah, 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 blah. Guys, right as we get to the I do's, right as the officiant asks Sarah, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? We cut to black. I'm so mad. I'm so mad, because if that's what you were going to do, you could have cut this episode. I didn't need to see every conversation that Lauren was having. That Sarah was having with her folks. I didn't need to see every step of her getting dressed and getting her hair done and getting her makeup done. But whatever. The weddings are finally here in episode 13. So that is where we will pick up in that next video. Thank you so much for watching this one, especially if you watched it all the way through. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye, guys.
This nugget of encouragement, things will be alright.